Hello viewers, welcome to EDU-audioteller. So today's story is Old Man at the Bridge, which is again an ICSE short story. So before starting the story's audiobook, let's go through about the story. The story Old Man at the Bridge is about a conversation between a soldier and an old man who had to leave his hometown during the Spanish Civil War. An old man with spectacles sat exhausted by the side of a road near a pontoon bridge that crossed the river. The soldier got engaged in conversation with the old man. During the conversation, he came to know that the old man was worried about his animals that he had left behind. The old man told the soldier that he had the charge of 2 goats, 1 cat, and 4 pair of pigeons. He said that a captain told him to leave the town and the animals because of artillery fire. He had no family, but he expressed concern about what would happen to his animals. He said that the cat would be alright because cats could look after themselves, but he did not know what would happen to his other animals. The soldier was concerned about the old man's safety, whereas the old man was concerned about the safety of his animals. He told the soldier that he was an old man of 76 and had come 12 kilometers and was too tired to walk up the road and catch a ride on a truck to Barcelona. The old man thanked the soldier for his concern and his safety, but he continued to express his concern over the fate of the animals he had left behind. The old man could not get rid of the thought about the safety of his animals. In the end, the soldier felt pity for him and thought there was nothing to do about him. In fact, the story deals with the theme of depression and impending death. Now let's also go through about the author, who is Ernest Miller Hemingway. So Ernest Miller Hemingway was an American novelist, short story writer, and journalist whose simple and understanded writing was a strong influence on 20th century fiction, while his life of adventure and his public image influenced later generations too. Hemingway produced most of his work between the mid 1920s and mid 1950s. He won the Nobel Prize in Literature in 1954. One of the shortest of Ernest Hemingway's short stories, The Old Man at the Bridge, is based upon an incident that took place during an Easter Sunday stopover at the Ebro River while Hemingway was a war correspondent covering the Spanish Civil War. Old Man at the Bridge demonstrates the power of narrative art. Hemingway takes a small ordinary detail in a situation and through the art of storytelling transforms it into a powerful story about the tragedy of war. The old man becomes a symbol of the countless civilian victims of war, those without politics. Displaced, disoriented, and alone, he is faced with the inevitability of death. So this was all about what you learned about what the story actually is and about the author. So let's go through the actual story, the audiobook of the story. Old Man at the Bridge by Ernest Hemingway. An old man with steel-rimmed spectacles and very dusty clothes sat by the side of the road. There was a pontoon bridge across the river and carts, trucks and men, women and children were crossing it. Mule-drawn carts staggered up the steep bank from the bridge with soldiers helping push against the spokes of the wheels. The trucks ground up and away heading out of it and the peasants plodded along in the ankle-deep dust. But the old man sat there without moving. He was too tired to go any further. It was my business to cross the bridge, explore the bridgehead beyond, and find out to what point the enemy had advanced. I did this and returned over the bridge. There were not so many carts now, and there were very few people on foot. But the old man was still there. Where do you come from? I asked him. From San Carlos, he said and smiled. That was his native town, and so it gave him pleasure to mention it, and he smiled. I was taking care of animals, he explained. Oh, I said, not quite understanding. Yes, he said. I stayed, you see, taking care of animals. I was the last one to leave the town of San Carlos. He did not look like a shepherd nor a herdsman, and I looked at his black dusty clothes and his grey dusty face and his steel-rimmed spectacles and said, what animals were they? Various animals, he said, and shook his head. I had to leave them. I was watching the bridge and the freaking looking country of the Ebro Delta and wondering how long now it would be before we would see the enemy, and listening all the while for the first noises that would signal that ever mysterious event called contact. And the old man still sat there. What animals were they? I asked. There were 3 animals altogether, he explained. There were 2 goats and a cat, and then there were 4 pairs of pigeons. And you had to leave them? I asked. Yes, because of the artillery. The captain told me to go because of the artillery. And you have no family? I asked, watching the far end of the bridge where a few last guards were hurrying down the slope of the bank. No, he said. Only the animals I stated. The cat, of course, will be all right. A cat can look out for itself, but I cannot think what will become of the others. What politics have you? I asked. I am without politics, he said. I am 76 years old. I have come 12 kilometers now, and I think now I can go no further. This is not a good place to stop, I said. If you can make it, there are trucks up the road where it forks for Tortosa. I will wait a while, he said, and then I'll go. Where do the trucks go? Towards Barcelona, I told him. I know no one in that direction, he said, but thank you very much. Thank you again very much. He looked at me very blankly and tiredly, then said, having to share his worry with someone, the cat will be all right, I'm sure. There's no need to be unquiet about the cat, but the others? Now what do you think about the others? Why, they will probably come through it all right. Do you think so? Why not? I said, watching the far bank where now there were no carts. But what will they do under the artillery when I was told to leave because of the artillery? Did you leave the dove cage unlocked? I asked. Yes. Then they will fly? Yes, certainly they will fly, but the others, it's better not to think about the others, he said. If you are rested, I would go, I urged. Get up and try to walk now. Thank you, he said, and got to his feet, swayed from side to side, and then sat down backwards in the dust. I was taking care of animals, he said duly, but no longer to me. I was only taking care of animals. There was nothing to do about him. It was Easter Sunday, and the fascists were advancing towards the Ebro. It was a grey, overcast day with a long ceiling, so their planes were not up. That and the fact that cats know how to look after themselves was all the good luck that the old man would ever have. Please, this was all about the story. So if you want more videos upon the explanation, question, answer of this chapter, you can write us on the comment section. We'll provide you the videos. Please do subscribe the channel, like the video, and share it with your friends. Thanks for watching.